Hey, it is an unstoppable day. It's your boy Terrance, the unstoppable Coach Leftridge with Unstoppable Coaching Services and the host of the Unstoppable Story Show with Terrance Leftridge. You know, if it's Tuesday night, it's the Unstoppable Story Show. And I thank you. I am so humbled. I am so honored that you would take a little bit of time out of your Tuesday night schedule to spend it here with quality programming on the Unstoppable Story Show, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. So come on in, swipe and share. Hey, Robert Lyons, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us in. Robert, you did a fantastic job of being transparent this past weekend, and we're going to talk about that a little briefly, but we're looking for people to just come on in, swipe and share. Tell us where you are joining us from. Hey, Candace Haynes, the media mastery maven, just doing a phenomenal job. Thank you for joining us. Come on in, swipe and share. And if you're watching us right now, as you come on in, tell us where you're watching the Unstoppable Stories from, because we love to shout you out. We love to talk to you. We are so humbled and, again, honored that you would spend just a little bit of your Tuesday night with us. And we're not going to hold you long, but we are going to bring you some strong content, some strong information. And if you just let yourself, if you just allow yourself, you may leave here with the ability to be unstoppable, just like our guest is tonight. So we're going to jump right on into what's going on. Had a great, did I say great weekend here. I was a part of this wonderful, phenomenal family event this weekend, and I put the emphasis on family because we were at the Black Belt Speaker family training camp in Kansas City this past weekend. Dr. Ruben West, the phenomenal Dr. Ruben West, the founder, the creator, the CFO of this event that we do twice a year, brought us all to Kansas City, and we had a phenomenal time. But there was a twist this year. We partnered with this wonderful foundation called I Change Nations. I Change Nations, and the phenomenal, the powerful, the unstoppable Dr. Clyde Rivers was there, and he bestowed upon us great wisdom. He bestowed upon us great knowledge. He is one of those people that allows you to see what you can be. And you know what I say, you know, many of us haven't reached our full potential because we haven't been able to see the possibilities of who and what we can be in this world. And he created those possibilities for us this weekend. And he also bestowed upon me and a select few of phenomenal speakers this weekend the Ambassador Award, the Community Ambassador Award. You can see right there on the picture, and then look here, bam, there it is right there. I was blown away by just the sheer awe of being recognized across the world, because this is an international award, y'all. This just ain't no cookie cutter. This is the real deal, Holyfield. This is an international award for being a community ambassador, for making a difference in your community. And you guys here on the Unstoppable Story Show, you are part of that community. And I hope that something said or done on these shows each and every week is making a difference in your life and as well as in your community. Hey, Tylisha Marie, thank you for joining us. Success Ford, love it. Julio Reyes, hey, thank you so much for joining us. Robert is joining us from Indianapolis, Indiana. Deborah McKinney, the wonderful musical talent, Deborah McKinney herself, joining us from Georgia. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for coming in. Continue to come in, continue to swipe and share, and we will definitely recognize you throughout this evening. But the award just blew me away because it was an award that was given to me amongst my peers. So these are some heavy hitters, especially the guest that we have on the show tonight is one of those heavy hitters. And to be in the same air and to be sharing the same space and then getting the same type of recognition for being there just blew me away. And for my unstoppable family, I love working with this Be Live TV technology. So let me just see if I can pull up just a snippet from this past weekend so that you can see what I experienced. So let's just see, playing around, continue to come on in, swipe and share, swipe and share. And as I play around with it, let's go here. All right, here we go. So this was just me getting the surprise of my life, getting this award on, I believe this was Sunday afternoon. So check this out. Yeah, look at there. Look at your boy. Holla at your boy. Because that was the Community Ambassador Award, and that's our founder, that's our chief. That is the phenomenal Dr. Ruben West and all the wonderful people that were there. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I just couldn't believe it. Just could not believe what was happening that weekend. And we had lots and lots of moments like that. So if you missed it, then you've got to get with us in 2019. The BBS family Black Belt Speaker Live training. All you got to do is go to blackbeltspeakerlive.com and get more information about what just happened and what is going to happen. So shout out to Dr. Ruben West. Shout out to Dr. Clyde Rivers. Thank you so much for bestowing not just one award, but 2 awards on your boy. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm speechless. And if you know us speakers, there are rarely times where we are speechless, but this is one of those times. Yes, Tylisha, thank you. Yes, it was an awesome experience. I thank you guys. And it's because of you guys, because you guys keep me going forward. You keep me being unstoppable. And I tell everybody that I run in contact with that I can't tell you to be unstoppable if I'm not out there being unstoppable myself. So I appreciate you. But here we go. Let's move forward and let's talk about why we are here tonight. We are here to talk about another phenomenal event that's going to be coming up later on this month in the great state of Florida. And our prayers are going out to Florida right now. We're still in the midst of hurricane season. So all of those that are in the path of the Hurricane Michael, we send a special prayer out to you right now that God will protect you and keep you hidden within the eye of the storm, and that nothing shall come to your person and nothing shall come to your property. In Jesus' name we pray, because we are going to come and move mountains in Pensacola, Florida on October 20th. We are bringing the heat. We are bringing the wisdom. We are bringing the excitement, and we are bringing the man himself that is going to set this state on fire. He is none other than the man who introduces you to yourself each and every day. He is my friend. He is the personal development strategist out of Mobile, Alabama. He is none other than Cicone Prince. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Cicone, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you, my brother?
Doing well. Doing well.
Yes, yes, you are. You are killing the game, Cicone.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll take
Thank you.
it.
Go ahead.
I said I'll take that.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So Gwen is already saying, hey, Cicone, Coach Gwen with the Fresh Start strategist. Hey, thank you so much for joining in. And again, when you guys are coming in, just come on in. Tell us where you're watching us from. Leave some comments, leave some questions. We're just going to be chopping it up tonight. Hey, Trina Brown, thank you for joining us. Yes, yes, yes. It was an amazing event. But now I want to talk to you guys about another amazing event. It's the Are You Climbing the Right Mountain Summit with our boy Cicone Prince, the third annual. Is that right, Cicone?
Yes, it is. And I do want to make a slight correction. Is are you climbing the wrong mountain?
And
That's
see, I wrote, and you know what? I got it right here in front of me. I got it right here in front of me.
I know. I get that a lot. I was doing a radio interview last week, and the host said the same thing, and I had to just make that slight correction.
Well, thank you, and that's why it's your summit and not mine, right?
Exactly. Now the website is Climb the Right Mountain because we want to encourage you to climb the right one. But the book and the summit was in the form of a question: are you climbing the wrong mountain? So.
Well, you know, if you come to the summit on October 20th, all will be forgiven and all will become unconfused. Thank you.
Exactly.
Prince, appreciate it. So, Cicone, real quickly before we get into the summit, let's have you, for those who have never seen you before, and I don't know who that could be because you are just everywhere, but there might be somebody who's just watching the show for the first time tonight. Take a second and introduce yourself to the Unstoppable Stories audience yet again.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Terrance, for allowing me this chance. And for those who don't know me, in fact, my name is Cicone Prince of CiconePrince.com. And our slogan is where we make motivation personal by introducing you to yourself. And I'm going to be talking tonight about our upcoming Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit, which, as Terrance said, is going to be October 20th, 2018 in Pensacola, Florida. And we truly are praying for all of those in the path of Hurricane Michael and praying that there be minimal damage, if any at all.
So, you know, Cicone, as always, before I get started with any one of my shows, I got to ask you the question because it's the question that I ask each and every one of my guests. And this question is simply, when you hear the word unstoppable, what does that mean to you?
When I hear the word unstoppable, to me, it means remembering why you started.
Ooh, wow. That's deep. Break that down for us.
Okay, I will. Most of the time, people stop because they get tired or they feel it's not worth it or it's too difficult or too hard. But again, if you remember why you started, see, I tell my kids all the time, you're going to finish what you start. And that makes them a little bit more particular about what they start. I remember our youngest daughter, she was in middle school and she wanted to play the saxophone. And we had to sign a 9-month lease for the equipment. And about halfway through the year, she was like, I don't think I want to do this. Okay, all right. You don't have to do it next year, but you're going to finish this year out. You're going to finish because we are under contract for leasing this equipment. So you're going to actually finish this year out. So if you remember why you start, then you won't have any problem going until it's finished, going until it's done. And that's why, to me, that's what unstoppable means, remembering why you started in the first place.
I love it. That is a great analogy, and it is very true. Sometimes we get stuck or we get stopped or we run into the obstacles that are self-made in our lives simply because we don't remember what started us or we don't stay in contact with the why we started this journey in the first place, you know, and as the accountability coach, the one thing I talk to my clients about is always remembering the why and then letting somebody else know about it too. Because if you make a commitment or if you make a promise to yourself and you never tell anybody else, well, that promise is only between you, the mirror in front of you, and your God. And God's going to let you do what you want to do. And if you don't make it, then nobody really knows about it. But the second I share my thought, my ideal, my dream with you, Cicone, then you have the option of doing one or two things. You have the option of acting like you don't even care and never bringing it up again. But more than likely, you're going to say at some point, hey, Terrance, how about that dream? How about that ideal? How's that going? So it makes us accountable to somebody else, just like your daughter became accountable to you and her mom because she made this commitment and she voiced it to you, right?
Right. Exactly.
I love it. So in your personal development with your clients and your strategists, what kind of things do you see that seems to get them stuck or have them not be unstoppable?
Well, being a personal development strategist, it helps me to focus on people understanding what they have. I tell people that no matter where you go, you're there. And if you don't develop as a person, I don't care where it is, whether you're an employee or CEO, whether, you're the president of an organization or whether you're the sergeant at arms. If you never develop as a person, you're always taking less than is needed into a position. But if you are the best possible version of yourself, then you become an asset instead of a liability. If your strength lies in the person that's next to you, what happens when they're gone? That means your strength is gone. So I really try to help people to understand the importance of developing as a person. In fact, developing on a personal level, which spills over into their professional life, into their relationships, into their health. It spills over in every area of their life. So to me, personal development is at the core of who we are and how we can be our best possible selves.
I love it. You guys, we're talking, chopping it up with Cicone Prince. He is the founder and the creator of the Are You Climbing the Right Mountain Summit? Wrong Mountain Summit. I just wanted to see if you was paying attention and if the audience caught that.
Of course.
Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit coming up this October 20th, 2018 in Pensacola, Florida. We got a great day of encouragement, motivation, and critical steps that will allow you to recognize that you don't have to be like me that continues to act like he's on the right mountain only to find out he's on the wrong mountain. You can come in and learn exactly how to get to your right mountain.
Right.
So this is your third annual. So let's go back to the first one. It's talking about unstoppable. What made you decide to create this wonderful summit that's now in its third year?
Well, our coach, Dr. Ruben West, he told us, if no one invites you to speak on their platform, create your own. And I mean, to me, it was just a far-reaching idea. It's like I would never do that, but then I messed around and I started seeing my black belt speaker family do their own event. I mean, step out there on the ledge, take that leap of faith and I mean, really go out to actually have their own event. And I started saying to myself, what are you afraid of? Nothing can stop you but you. And so, again, going back to what you said earlier about being accountable, I said I was going to do it. And once I said it, someone could hold me accountable to it. And then not only did I have to say it, but I had to start planning for it. And then all of that wouldn't have done anything if I never implemented. And so I made up in my mind, and I tell people all the time, I have a problem with consistency. And the problem is I think I'm too consistent. Because really, to be honest, once I get started doing something, someone has to tell me to stop. Talking about being unstoppable. So once I committed to doing it, I did it. And for those who want to, if you go to my YouTube channel and you can go back 2 years ago, I think it was the 4th Wednesday in October, you can look, there's a video entitled Wrestling a Bear. And I talk about you don't write a book about wrestling and bear until after you've done it. And that's what I did with my summit, because I had no clue what I was doing. I was a newbie, but I knew that I was going to get it done. And everything didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to go, but I can honestly say that I had that one under my belt. But I can tell you this, and this is what blew my mind. After I finished that event, after I caught my breath, after I got my bearings again, the next thing I started saying, well, okay, what about next year? What can I do next year? How can I make it better next year? How can I add more value? And so, I literally started just from a mental standpoint, planning the next year. And so that led to, of course, my second summit, which was last year. And it was amazing how God brought everything together. And in fact, the people and everything. And so again, after that one was over, I was exhausted. I was tired. But I started thinking about this year, what I was going to do. And I started planning and started the process. And so again, just continuing to grow and to build and being consistent. If I would have said, well, I'm going to skip a year and do it, then that would have lost the momentum. But, focusing on getting that message out, on, becoming known for something, building your brand, and showing, in fact, what you stand for. To me, that's so important for anybody. I don't care what you're doing. When people mention your name, what comes to mind? And so I wanted mine to be someone who helps people to develop as a person, and literally who introduced you to yourself.
I love it. Cicone Prince, he is the personal development strategist. He is the founder of CiconePrince.com, where he introduces you to yourself. And this summit that's now in its third year all began from a book. Is that correct?
Correct. A book by the same title, Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain?
Tell us about why you decided to write that book that has now morphed beyond your wildest dreams into these summits, into you being an international speaker and superstar.
Well, the inspiration for the book came from a quote by Dr. Miles Monroe. And the quote said that the greatest failure in life is to succeed at the wrong assignment. The greatest failure in life is to succeed at the wrong assignment. When I first heard that quote, the first thing that came to my mind was a picture of someone standing on top of a mountain saying, I did it. But at the bottom of the picture, the caption said, but you're on the wrong mountain. Because most of us, we equate getting to the mountaintop as victory, as we've gotten to the pinnacle, as we've reached the finish line. But can you imagine putting all that time, energy, and effort just to realize that you've climbed the wrong mountain?
Absolutely.
Now, that's a little different from climbing the ladder of success, because somebody once said that it's not a problem climbing, in fact, the ladder of success. The only problem is it leaning against the right building? Now, I can understand the analogy, but you can easily move a ladder from one building to the next. But when you think of the time, the energy, the effort, the planning that goes into climbing a mountain, a mountain.
Yes.
And you find out it's the wrong one. And so many people are doing what they were trained to do as opposed to what they were ordained to do.
Ooh. Okay. So y'all know I'm talking to an international speaker here. I'm talking to somebody who wrote a book and has done 3 summits. So you better get your pens, you better get your writing utensils, because he's going to be hitting you with these nuggets all night long. Lord have mercy. So how many times have you run across, and then I'll talk about how many times I've run across people who have started up a mountain thinking it was the right mountain. And maybe they were thinking it was the right mountain because somebody else told them it was the right mountain. So they were walking in somebody else's dream for them. Or It was a smaller mountain, so it looked easier than the other mountain, which was actually the mountain that they were going to be on. How many times have you ran across that in your own life as well as in the life of the clients that you deal with?
Well, I run across that a lot. And my thing is, people's potential is only limited by themselves. And it is heartbreaking to me to see somebody that has so much potential, but they can't see their own potential. And in fact, they're not willing to take that risk to in fact, actually step out and to actually make it happen for them. You know, there are so many people that would tell you you can't do it. But my thing is, what are they doing? Most of the time, people's opinion is a reflection of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
People's opinion is a reflection of themselves. They think or they feel that they can't do it, so they want to project their opinion on you. But I've learned that you can't listen to the critics because they're sitting in the stand. When you're on the field, when you're playing the game, the critics don't count. The credit goes to the man on the field. You are the one out there doing it. And so you can't give a whole lot of ear service to those individuals that tell you what you can't do, especially if it's something that has been placed on your heart, if it's something that you can't shake, if it's something that's going to benefit mankind, if people are in fact the better for it, then you can't listen to a handful of people telling you can't do it.
Right, absolutely. You can't be stopped by the dream killers. You can't be stopped by the naysayers. You can't be stopped by the people who are the spectators in the stands who never will be bold enough to become the participator on the field. And many of those people want you to stay up there with them because then they don't have anything else to compare to because you're sitting right next to them. But let you try to go out and live your dream. Let you try to go out and live your life. And then that's when people are going to bring all hell into your life. That's when people are going to talk about you behind your back. That's when people are going to say you aren't good enough, you aren't worthy, you're not willing to have that. But all of that just lets you know that you are on the path to where you're supposed to be going, right?
Right, exactly.
I love it. So you went from the quote to how it affected your life to turning it into a book, to turning it into a summit, and now you're turning it into the third summit. And this summit is going to be the best yet because now we're talking about not just are you climbing the wrong mountains, and we're not going to be helping you find your right mountain. We're going to show you how to go beyond, right?
Correct.
Break it down. What's it about going beyond this year?
Well, I want to say that our theme last year was the top is just a starting point. Okay. This year, our theme is beyond. And that means going beyond everything that's holding you back, going beyond doubt, beyond disbelief, beyond fear, going beyond the naysayers, going beyond your own limitations. Because if you are expecting to have a memorable life, a value-added life, a tremendous life, you're going to have to go beyond. You're going to have to go beyond the average and what you've been doing. If you want something that you never had, you're going to have to do something that you've never done. And I know there's a certain amount of fear that comes with that because in fact, there is a fear of failure. But if you look at that, not a fear of failure, but as a lesson learned, then you can grow and you can get better each and every time. You know, in fact, we've heard stories about Michael Jordan being cut from his basketball team, about Oprah Winfrey being told that she wasn't fit for television, about even Albert Einstein saying his teachers said that, you know, he wouldn't learn anything. There's always somebody somewhere that would try to slap a label on you and try to put you in a box so they'll feel better about themselves.
Absolutely.
But when you know what your potential is, when you know what you want to do, when you have a desire that won't rest, when you have something in you that won't stop, that's unstoppable, you will keep going in spite of the hurt, the heartache, in spite of, Mickey Rooney said, you pass failure on the way to success. That's the only way you really know that you're succeeding because you keep going. Walt Disney said, in fact, at the difference between those who win and lose is that they don't quit. And so we have to be unstoppable. We have to keep going, and we have to go beyond our past failures, beyond those experiences, beyond those. We learn from them, true enough, but we don't let them stop you. At our Black Belt Speaker training, I was sharing a live for the book launch, and Arlene said something, in fact, that really blessed somebody. She said, "Love like you never been hurt."
Absolutely. And she's watching us in the comments right now. So shout out to the future Mrs. Arlene Wilson.
Yes.
Talk about going beyond. Talk about going beyond. You know, she just showed up just for a conference. She showed up to get a nice little award. She had no idea that there was somebody else in the room that was ready to take her beyond what she even expected for that weekend. So she is a perfect example of what we're talking about. And Cicone, I think back to all the different stories I've heard about people climbing mountains. Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Everest. And the thing that they all have in common is when they get to the top of the mountain and they get to see all that's in front of them at the top of that mountain, the one thing they want to do is not just sit down. They don't want to just rest on their laurels. I made it to the top of this mountain. Okay, I'm done. That's it. What they all end up doing shortly thereafter is finding another mountain to climb.
And that's so true. That's so true.
They recognize that there is more beyond that mountain. There is more beyond your overcoming this obstacle. There's going to be another obstacle somewhere else in your life that now you have to go beyond.
Right.
So talk a little bit about that in your own life.
Well, even as you were talking, I was thinking about how even climbing a mountain, anybody who's wise, you never do it alone. You know why? Because when you get to the top, who do you celebrate with?
Absolutely.
Who do you celebrate with?
Yeah.
You really want to take other people with you. Okay.
Absolutely.
And so, because even as you said, you get a chance to see that great, magnificent view. But if it's just you and then you have to come down and try to explain it to somebody else, it's like, well, okay, here, come on, let me just show you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just taking somebody else with you. But going back to your question about going on to the next one, you know, I worked in IT, and I used to, in fact, work on the information management help desk. And I remember telling, like, the people that called me to my desk or called me to their desk to help them with their computer, I used to always tell them, I said, I know about 10 minutes more than you. So if they took 10 minutes, they could probably learn all the stuff that I learned. But see, I said that for in fact, one or two reasons. One, to help them understand that, look, you can learn what I know, but guess what? That frees me up to go learn something else.
Yes.
I used to spend time educating them and telling them, well, this is why you don't want to go to your computer and just start deleting files because when you double click on them, it don't do anything. Because we actually had a guy that did that. He would open up his file explorer, double click on the file. If nothing happened, I don't need it. And he would just go in and he would delete it. And then when he turned his computer off and turned it back on and wonder why it didn't work. He said, you can't do that. So me educating him on that frees me up so I can learn something else. And so I didn't have a problem with educating the people that I work with, because I knew I didn't just want to stay where I was. I didn't just want to stay 10 minutes ahead of them. I wanted to get 20, 30, an hour, 2 hours, 2 weeks, 2 months ahead of them. And I couldn't do that if I kept coming back. So my thing was, let me educate you. Let me bring you up to where I am, so then I can learn more. A lot of people say, well, that threatens your job security. It doesn't, because people see you as an asset. They see you as valuable when you share that information. And again, I wasn't stopping on that step. There was someplace else I had and I wanted to go. So I didn't mind educating them because I knew I wasn't always going to be there. I was going to be going somewhere else. And going back to your, in fact, to your point about finding that new mountain, finding that new challenge, finding that new goal, that's how we learn and grow. After we've accomplished one thing, we set a new one, we set another goal, and we just keep going. And that's how we become a better person.
I love it. You guys, we're talking to Clyde. We're talking to Cicone Prince, CFO. I'm getting some feedback. Let me make sure I got everything down. He is the CFO, the founder, and the creator of the Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit? It's happening on, you see, I went real slow on that one.
I saw it. I saw it.
Thank God for a teleprompter. It is happening October 20th, 2018 in Pensacola, Florida. You see the information on the screen. You can go to is it climb or climbing the right mountain?
Climb the right mountain.com.
Woo! Yes. That's the MC extraordinaire.
That's it.
And you can get more information about this phenomenal all-day, one-day event in beautiful Pensacola, Florida. And I'm going to keep putting that out there. Beautiful Pensacola, Florida.
Yes.
Florida. Michael ain't got nothing to do with it. Michael ain't going to stop it. Michael may stagger us a little bit, but he's not going to stop us because God is in the midst of this. And God wants us to help you to get to your right mountain. So
yes.
Beautiful Pensacola, Florida. Hey, I'm going to throw out some of these comments right now while we've got a great group in here. So we've got Donald Tolson. He is saying consistently creating value. Yes, that's what Cicone does with the Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit? Consistently creating value, and you do it every week too with your videos. And I know a lot of people who are watching us live right now enjoy your weekly videos, and stay tuned for another one tomorrow, because if it's Wednesday, it's Cicone Prince. So there you go. We've got Dr. Vernette Aline Joseph. He says, teach to reach others. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then he also said, everything is necessary, even if you don't understand it. Wow. They are dropping nuggets out here, Cicone, dropping nuggets.
I see that. Heavy hitters in the house.
Yes, indeed. Shawana Kennedy, she was referencing what you said. You have to have the right equipment, and don't do it alone. So thank you guys. Continue to comment in the chat room. We'll continue to drop them up there so that everybody can see. And we're not going to do it alone. It's not just going to be Cicone on October 20th. It's not going to be Mr. Unstoppable on October 20th. Cicone, you have lined up some heavy hitters that are going to help us all go beyond in different parts of our life. So let's talk about some of the heavy hitters that you have in store for our attendees on October 20th. Kathy Barton Brown, or should I say Dr. Kathy Barton Brown.
Yes.
Talk to us about her.
Well, Kathy Barton Brown, she was a part of our Take Action Telesummit earlier this year. And which actually, in fact, you were a part as well, and so was Corey. But her presentation really, it tied for the number of views for that particular telesummit, because of how she dealt with relationships and dealt with pain and dealt with overcoming hurt, which is one of the reasons why I wanted her to be to be a part of the Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit, talking about going beyond hurt, how to recover from being wounded. And not just in your personal life, but even in business. Some of us, we've had business partners, we've done business ventures that didn't work out and things didn't go the way that we want them to, and we were hurt from it. And if we don't deal with that, if we don't address it, if we don't acknowledge it, and if we don't attack it, what happens is we find ourselves allowing that to keep us from venturing out again, from actually being able, to move forward. And we become, somewhat gun shy of trying to do stuff. But she's going to be there to help us get past those kinds of hurts that are outside of personal relationships, but they are relationships nonetheless. They're just business relationships. They are, relationships that affect every aspect of our life. So she's going to be there. So I'm definitely excited to have her there, and I know that she is going to be one of the individuals she's going to be the heartbeat of the summit, because she's going to talk about heart issues and the emotional aspects that a lot of us deal with. So I'm really excited to have her there.
Yeah, she is phenomenal. But I want to take an opportunity on my show to personally thank you, because you did a phenomenal thing this past weekend at the BBS Speaker Training Conference in Kansas City. You spoke from the heart to the heart to our queens that was in the audience. And everybody knows that October is not only Cancer Awareness Month, but it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And as we talk about beyond hurt, there are a lot of our sisters, no matter what color, what age, what orientation, that are hurting.
Right.
And they're hurting because of us, men.
Right.
Men who don't understand them or themselves. And you took the stage and you spoke for all the good men.
Right.
And you said, from all the good men, we apologize to you, women who are hurting, who've been abused, who've been involved. We apologize. And I think that was just phenomenal, and hats off to you for using that platform and saying what you said, and speaking up for all the good men that want to protect our queens and lift them up to the level that they are supposed to be, so that they can move beyond their hurt. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I was glad to do it.
Absolutely. And so now we're not just Kathy Barton Brown. Then you're going to hit us with DeAndre Peterson, a heavy hitter, another good man. What is he going to be bringing to the stage on October 20th to help us get beyond?
DeAndre Peterson is going to be talking about going beyond average when good isn't good enough. He's gonna really talk about just really being your best, stretching forth. It's one thing to be good. It's another thing to be great. Now, you remember that book, Good to Great. What sets people apart? Yes, you can have a good life, but why have a good life when you can have a great life? Somebody once said that good is the enemy of great, because so many people get satisfied with just having something that's good. But why have something good when you can have something great? So he's going to be talking about when good isn't good enough. We have to. I don't want to say we have to, but I think in some instances, we do have to push ourselves, to be the best possible version of ourselves, and don't just get satisfied, with the status quo, because once everybody is good, but then that becomes a new average, So we need to be the best possible version of ourselves, and that takes work, that takes investment, that takes us putting in the time in order for us to become who we were meant to be. And for those super spiritual people that say, well, my life is good, I love to ask this question, and that question is, does your life reflect what you believe God created you to be?
Absolutely.
And if the answer is no, that means that you got some work to do. That means that I have some work to do. That means that we have some work to do. So why just settle with average? Why just settle with what's good enough? Why not be great? And so that's what DeAndre Peterson is going to talk about. And I can't wait for him to take the stage and share that information with those who attend.
Wow, I love it. And Billy Miller is saying if better is possible, then good is not enough. I love it. I love it. You know, good, better, best. That's what they say. You got to
Yeah.
keep going up those levels to success. And the word extraordinary always comes to mind when I think about going beyond average, because why settle for ordinary when you can put something else in front of that ordinary
Be
and become
extraordinary.
extraordinary.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love it. I love it. And we're going to empower the people to be extraordinary. We're going to move them from the back of the room up to the front of the room. We're going to move them from the valley up to the mountaintop, because the
Right.
bottom is entirely too crowded with average, ordinary, run of the mill people that are choosing to exist when they were destined to live. I love it.
Right.
Love it. So you guys, as you see, that's just two of the people. So you've got two reasons right there, right now, to make sure that you are at the Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit on October 20th, 2018 in Pensacola, Florida. Go to the website, climbtherightmountain.com. It's a smaller venue this year, but it's going to be packed to the rafters with content that you can use right now to take
Yes.
your life to the next level. But hey, you can't be average. The average person waits till the last minute. The unstoppable person, the extraordinary person, the
Right.
person that is ready to climb the right mountain and tired of hanging out on the wrong mountain, they take massive action. When?
Right now.
So go on over to climbtherightmountain.com and make sure you get your tickets. And if you're in the Pensacola area, or if you're anywhere in the Panhandle area, state of Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Illinois, Kentucky, anywhere in the world, planes go there. I know. I booked a ticket. You can still make your way down to Pensacola, Florida, and be there for this epic event. It's the third annual Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit in Pensacola, Florida. You missed
Yes.
the other two because you probably were playing average. Now we want you to play full out, and
Right.
don't miss this one. All right. So let's move through. Let's move through because you've got more phenomenal people on the list. Corey Briggs, the builder, is going to be in the house. Talk to us about what Corey Briggs is going to be talking to us about.
Well, Corey Briggs is going to help us go beyond doubt, breaking mental barriers, because oftentimes our biggest obstacle is ourselves. Our biggest obstacle is internal. There's an African proverb that says, if you conquer the enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. And so we need to spend time getting past our self-imposed limitations. And we need to we really need to realize that there's more we have to offer. There's more that we can be doing. And if you condition somebody to think that they don't deserve something, they won't even ask for it anymore. But if they know for a fact, I'm supposed to have that, that's mine, that's available to me, then nothing can stop them from getting it. It may take them longer, but nothing is going to stop them. But if their mind is set to where they don't deserve it, they won't even touch it. You can put it in the middle of a room. They won't even touch it because they don't think that they deserve it. But when you truly know who you are, when you truly know what's yours, then nobody can stop you.
Absolutely. Look at my boy. My boy is just throwing out the whole definition of unstoppable. And you know what? The mental blocks is one of those things that stop us. And one thing that I've had to learn in my own life, and one thing that I see in the different clients that I coach through accountability coaching, is that stinking thinking, Cicone. that stinking thinking that says that, again, that you were not supposed to have this. You're not worthy of this. You don't know what to do with it if you were going to get it. All those things block us. All those things stop us from getting to that right mountain and even taking the first step to climb the right mountain. But
Right.
here's what I know. Here's what I know. Here's why I love the word unstoppable, because you have three words in one. It's a powerful word. It's the it's the stop, but the best word, woo, is the able, because you have the ability. God gave you, Cicone, the ability. God gave me the ability. God gave Shawana in the chat room the ability. God gave Vernette the ability to not be stopped.
Right.
But he gave it to us inside of here, inside of our heart, that
Right.
ability, that desire, that will to go forward. There was a video that we showed this past weekend of the jogger who was trying to cross the finish line, and her body was giving up on her with each and every step. But she just kept saying to herself, if I can cross the finish line, I will be okay. And so she just kept saying, if I could cross the finish line. And every time she said that, she was able to take another step. Every time she said it in her mind that she could do it, she did it, even though she was falling to the side. And you look like, if for everybody else who was watching her, it looked like she was about to give up. But she didn't let her mental blocks stop her from reaching her goal. And that's what people have to do by coming to this conference this weekend. You've got to cross the finish line.
Yes.
This is what you need to get up your right mountain, to help you lose those blocks and recognize that you have the ability not to be stopped. Because Cicone Prince and his team is going to teach you how to climb the right mountain so that you can stop hanging out on the wrong mountain. Did I say that okay?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Right.
Absolutely. So then you've got John Pace II. John Pace is going to bring us talk about something that has been a problem in my life for quite some time. She's talking about beyond stagnation, right?
Yes. Yes.
Talk to us.
Going beyond stagnation. Using your talents to be your best. And oftentimes, we have an issue with procrastination, with I'll do it later, or it's not that I'm not going to do it, I'm just not going to do it right now. And we kind of get into this mode of there's no sense of urgency. But one thing I've learned is that there has to be a greater sense of involvement when it comes to, in fact, to us being that type of individual that doesn't allow stuff that would be irritants to actually keep us from going where we want to be, going where we need to be. And so for me, going beyond stagnation means really putting in that work. It means realizing the talents, the gifts, and abilities that you have that people are waiting on. And that's what they need. They need it, and they need you. And I tell people all the time, somebody is starving for what you have. Don't let them go hungry. Don't let them starve because you're afraid of what other people will say. You're afraid of what other people are going to think. You get out there and you put yourself out there. You put you have a gift and an ability that was needed in the world, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. So you have something to offer. And if you don't show up, they won't listen to me when I walk in the room. They won't hear me. They won't connect with me. My story won't resonate with them. But yours, what you've been through, what you've dealt with, will make a difference in somebody's life. And so my passion, my goal is to help you understand just how powerful you are, and then get you off the bench and in the game, because somebody's waiting for you to make the winning touchdown, for you to score. Somebody's waiting for you to show up, for you to write that play, for you to compose that music, for you to shoot that movie. Somebody's waiting for you. And if you don't show up, they'll still be waiting. And I don't want that to be the case for me. I don't want to go to my grave and somebody saying, well, if only I had heard somebody who had a stuttering problem as a child tell me that he overcame his stuttering problem. If only I heard somebody who was ostracized and who was talked about, but he still kept being nice and kind and still kept doing those things to help other people. If only I saw an example. I keep telling people, man, last year, my youngest son, he told me without being prompted, we were running around doing stuff for the summit. We had to come back to the house to grab something. He was in the car with me and he looked over at me and he said, Dad, I'm proud of you. And although I was driving 30 miles an hour inside, I stopped because I realized that I wasn't doing it just for me. I realized at that moment, my son, he was watching. Yeah, I could tell him, son, go after your goals, go after your dreams, do whatever your heart's desire. I could tell him that. But he saw me. So it became real to me that we're leaving a legacy. What do our children see? Yes, they have, idols on TV and television, sports figures and, actors and all this. But what about somebody sitting across the table from them? What about somebody that they know who doesn't have it all together? Because see, when you see people on TV, when you see them online on Instagram and Facebook, everything is pristine and pretty and great, and everything looks wonderful.
Talk to them.
But when they know that you struggled, but you still keep going, when they know it wasn't easy, when they know you wanted to give up, when they saw you crying with your head down, when they saw you trying to figure it out, but you didn't let that stop you. That's what they need to see, because what's going to happen is if they don't see that, if they don't see the real side of success, they're going to think it's easy. Absolutely. They're going to think it's like flipping a switch.
Yes.
But when they see you continue to go on in spite of, then they'll know what it takes.
Absolutely. Yeah. For you guys who are joining us at the top of the hour, you are listening to the phenomenal, my guiding type, my compass, that when it's cloudy outside, the guy I turn to, Mr. Cicone Prince. He is the founder and the creator of the Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit that is happening October 20th, 2018 in beautiful, I said beautiful, Pensacola, Florida. You got to go and get your tickets right now so that you can spend the day with this phenomenal man of God that is full of wisdom, full of fire, and is ready to help you stop climbing your wrong mountain and find your right mountain.
Correct.
And if you let him, he's going to introduce you to yourself. And let me tell you, once you really know who you are and whose you are and why you're here, then you won't be stopped. You can't stop. You're going to go get it. All right, so we are also going to have some comedy. We're not going to just be all serious, all pen and paper. We're going to lighten it up. We're going to help let your body heal and let your brain come down a little bit from all the great content. And we're going to hit you with some comedy from the fabulous Jacquees West. Tell us about Jacquees.
Well, Jacquees Too Loose West, because he says how loose, too loose. He was a comedian, and he actually did our family reunion a couple of years ago. Did a tremendous job, of just really helping to bring comedy. And one thing I've learned is that when you want to really get people to learn, if you get them to laugh and open them up, they can really take in and soak in and the information that's being provided. And that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to just add him, to bring a lighthearted look at a lot of stuff. In fact, at the other speakers are, going to be talking about, about being average, about, being stagnant, about having doubt, and about being wounded, So I was really excited, in fact, to have him come and be a part of the summit, because I know he's going to provide the necessary balance, that season of comedy that's going to just make this a memorable event and take it over the top. So I'm really excited to have him there.
And I'm glad you're having it there, because it's just like life. When you're going to climb the right mountain, there's going to be many times in your life where you're just going to have to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, I did that. Man, really? I forgot that. What?
That's true.
I did that stupid thing. And if you're not able to laugh at yourself, then that's when the mental blocks kick in. That's when the stinking thinking kicks in.
Yes.
This journey towards climbing the right mountain is going to be full of pits and falls. So having that balance, as you said, having that ability to be able to fall down, laugh at yourself, get back up, and go at it again, that makes all the difference between those who get caught up in the stagnation and stop, and those who rise to the occasion and get to the top of that mountain.
Correct.
So,
That's correct.
thank you for providing that balance. But then the most heaviest hitter, the one who's just gonna wrap it up in a bow and send you on your way, but he's gonna fill you up so much that your cup may run over before you get back home, is none other than the man himself, Cicone Prince. And you simply are just gonna talk about Beyond.
Yes. Yes. I'm actually going to really, and it's going to be more than a keynote. I really don't even want to call it that. I'm going to have to coin a new phrase for it, and I haven't thought about it just yet. But in fact, believe me, in fact, between now and then, I'm going to have another phrase for what I'm going to present, because it's not just going to be a sit there and listen to me talk. This is going to be let's take a mental journey. Let's go through a process of looking at where you are versus where you say or where you believe you're supposed to be. And let's go beyond that barrier. You know, in fact, between your desire and your destination, there's distance. Between your in fact, desire as to where you're going and getting there, there's distance. And you have to be willing to go that distance. And so during my keynote, we're going to actually travel that, at least from a mental capacity, because my thing is, if your mind doesn't get there first, your body will never follow. But if you put your mind on the right mountain, your body can't help but follow. And so I'm going to be really unpacking that and really peeling that back on what it looks like to have the type of life you say you want to have. Now, I was telling somebody this past weekend, you know, my thing is not to sell people on a vehicle to get them where they want to go. My thing is to help people understand that that's where you're supposed to be. That place, that lifestyle that is fulfilling, the one that you don't want to take vacations from. That's where you deserve to be. Because once you're sold on that, the vehicle that you use to get there, it's up to you. Once you know what your goal is, you could punt it, you could run it, you could do a scrimmage play, you could do a Hail Mary. Once you know what the goal is, you know, you can do a quarterback sneak. It doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. But a lot of people, they have yet to really get sold on the goal, and they're just trying to make the first down.
Yeah.
Okay. But my thing is, even like in the football game, you're running against the clock. Don't just go for the goal. Okay. And how you get there, that's really up to you. But if you're sold on the goal, you'll figure out what it is you need to do and how you need to do it in order to get there. But I think so many people, they aren't sold on the goal, and so they sabotage themselves. That's why they start with something, then they stop. Then they start something else, then they stop. Then they start something else. But going back to what we said at the beginning, remembering your why. Why did you start? If you remember why you started, if you remember your goal, nothing to stop you. So that's what I'm going to be sharing. I can't wait. I'm excited about what's going to happen. And I mean, because I'm going to learn some stuff even while I'm there. So I'm blown away. I'm so ready for it.
And that is one important thing, and that's what I love about your summits, because you're not just the president. You are sitting in the seats, and you are taking in all the information too. We are not just the people that are presenting. We are the people that are being presented to, because everybody that is in that place on October 20th, whether you're sitting in the back row, front row, or whether you're talking from the stage, each one of us are trying to climb our proverbial right mountain. And there's something that somebody else in that room is going to instill in you, provide to you, say to you, that is going to help you. If you open your heart and open your mind, there's something that's going to help you on your journey towards getting up the right mountain. If it's
Yes.
nothing but giving you a hand and say, I'll walk with you, I'll climb
Yes.
with you.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
climb your mountain, I'll climb mine. And
Yes.
that's what I love about this summit. That's what I love about the possibilities. And here's the one thing I know, and I love that this is my show because we can just continue to keep going. We're not restricted. We can go beyond the hour if we want to.
There you go. There you go.
The thing that stops people from being unstoppable and seeing the possibilities of the top of the mountain is that they can't go beyond, they can't see beyond their obstacles. They can't see beyond their fears. They can't see beyond their current responsibilities.
Right.
They can't see beyond their finances. But
Right.
in that room on Saturday, October 20th, you're going to create a mind shift to help them move beyond all those things, because it's important for you to know that once you get to the top of that right mountain, that all things, he says in his word, all things are possible.
Right.
And if he
Right.
said that all things are possible, then you got to put yourself in a position so that you can see what he said.
Right.
The
Right.
only way to do that is to climb up that mountain. And
Right.
I love it. I love the title. And I'm just so thankful that you see something in me that you would want me to be a part of this experience that you're going to create for your attendees on October 20th. So thank you for allowing me to serve in this great endeavor that's going to not only change some lives, Cicone. I believe that you're going to save some lives on that Saturday in Pensacola, Florida. So
Well,
tell them all the particulars. What do they need to do right now?
well, right now you need to go to climbtherightmountain.com and click on the tickets. Purchase them, get them now. And then you need to show up. You just need to show up. You need to be there. And for those people, I even mentioned, there are some people out there that say, Cicone, I love what you're doing. I support you. I believe it's needed and necessary. I just can't make it. I can't be there. Well, you can contribute. You can make a donation of any amount that you choose. And you can go to the same website, climbtherightmountain.com. There is a donate button. You can click on that and you can donate whatever amount, and you can sponsor somebody, because we really want to get some more young people involved, because like I've oftentimes heard people say, they may be 40% of our population, but they're 100% of our future.
Absolutely.
And so if we never get them involved, if we never plant those seeds soon enough and early enough, then I'll be having this summit for years and years to come. But my thing is, let's try to, put some seeds. Let's start people off on the right mountain, as opposed to them spending a whole lot of time climbing the wrong one. So for those who can't make it, but you want to donate and you want to sponsor, we're more than happy, to actually do that. And believe me, know this, that any money that you donate is going to go to sponsoring somebody being there, somebody who wants to, somebody who needs to. And I can't tell you how excited I am. My biggest joy is the faces of the people after it's over.
Yes,
absolutely. It's the response. It's just that look of hope, that look of life and possibility in their eyes again. But not only that, but if they want and need that accountability, if they're looking for somebody to help them through that process, they're going to have that as well. There are going to be people that's going to be able to help them to get to where they want to be, to where they say they want to be. And that's one of the reasons why I picked all of the people that I did, because I honestly believe that they can help the attendees reach their goals. It's not just enough to inspire. It's not just enough to motivate. That's good and great. But if you don't move any further, if you don't get closer to your goals and your dreams, then we just had a pep rally for nothing.
Yeah.
In high school, they have pep rallies to actually get everybody hyped so they can win the game. So we not only want to just inspire you and rah, 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 we want to make you want to make it easier for you to be able to accomplish your goals. And that's why I brought in some phenomenal speakers, some phenomenal coaches, accountability coaches to help you get to where you want to be. I mean, I'm serious when I say this. This summit is not about me, and it's not even for me. It's for the attendees. We look mighty silly sitting in the room with nobody there.
Okay.
We look mighty silly sitting there because everybody that's coming, they are, as far as I know, they are on their right mountain. They are doing their God ordained assignment. But my thing is the people that have yet to come to that point in their life. This summit is going to be an eye-opener. It's going to be a game changer, and it's going to help them step into their greatness. And so that's why I am looking so forward to this event. I've been talking about it for the last 6 months. I've been thinking about it for the last 12 months.
Yes.
And we're almost there. And I can't tell you. And I'll even tell you this. I've even thought of a theme for next year, but I ain't even going to tell you what that is yet.
Well, yeah. Let's get to this right mountain first, and then we can get into the rest of it. I love it. But see, you're already thinking beyond this event, so I love it. Let's throw some comments up on the screen. Donald Tolson says, we are like the blind man waiting for someone to help us cross the road. Well, if you're there on October 20th, we're going to do our best to help you get across that road. Robert Lyons says, you must see beyond. Absolutely. There is so much more beyond what we even imagine is possible. And sometimes you've just got to climb up to be able to see it. Diamond Queen says, so true. Thank you. Billy Miller says, if your mind can't see that far, your feet won't take you there. I love it. Someone said this weekend, we had one of those BBS quotes. What did he call it? BBS proverbs. That's what he called it.
Proverbs, right.
That you are walking in somebody else's shoes, you can only go where they're going. And that's definitely going to lead you to the wrong mountain. We want you to get out of somebody else's shoes. You weren't meant to walk in somebody else's shoes. He gave you 2 feet of your own. Why? Because you had your own path to walk. Now, let's get focused. Let's stop being stagnated. Let's stop procrastinating. Let's stop the stinking thinking. Let's stop the mental blocks. Let's stop the hurt. Let's stop the pain. Let's stop all those things that are stopping you from getting to your right mountain, and let us help you go beyond.
Yes.
And the first thing you have to do is just go to climbtherightmountain.com, purchase your ticket, and then we're going to see your face in the place on October 20th at the Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit with my boy, with my guy, with the person who introduces you to yourself daily, Mr. Cicone Prince. Thank you, my brother. Any last words?
Well, I just want to say thank you for allowing me this opportunity and this platform to actually be able to share my passion, which is really helping people see the best possible version of themselves. And I truly am appreciative for all of your hard work and for everything that you do. And I have a great appreciation for people who step out, and for those who don't just wait for somebody else, to give them a platform. But like in your case, you created your own. And I mean, in fact, you've done things that are truly in the realm of being unstoppable. I mean, having your own show, doing your own events, launching your own books. I mean, talking about unstoppable. And so I'm just so grateful to know you and to call you friend and my Black Best Speaker brother. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you for all that you continue to do and for the inspiration that you are, not just to me, but to those people around you. Because I mean, somebody is wondering, is he ever going to stop? And I know that at times you want to. I know you do. You know why I know? Because I've wanted to. But again, when you remember why you started, you can't stop. You become unstoppable. And I like what you said, how it's like three words, unable to stop, unable to be stopped.
Unable.
And that's who you are. So thank you again, Terrance. I appreciate it so much.
Well, thank you. You know, we could spend another 2 hours just pumping each other up, but
I'm gonna need to go get some Kool-Aid or something if we gonna be here for 2 hours.
That's right. I'm gonna
need something to drink.
I'm gonna sum it up like this: iron sharpens iron, and because you've decided to climb your right mountain, then I can't stop climbing mine, and together that makes us unstoppable. Because here's what I know: as you pull me up, Cicone, I'm gonna push you up so that you can keep going higher. Because I know you're gonna bring me up with you. And that is the power of collaboration. That is the power of what we do as speakers and thought leaders. And that is ultimately what we want to show all these other people how to do, to help them climb their right mountain so that they can help somebody else do the same.
Yes.
So give them your contact information. If they just can't wait 10 more days to see you in person and they want to have a greater conversation with you right now, how can they reach the phenomenal Cicone Prince?
They could call me at 251-753-6299. That's 251-753-6299. I will say this. If you're going to contact me, please at least text me or inbox me first. And the reason I say that, the only reason I say that is because unfortunately I've gotten a lot of solicitations from around the country, even my own area code. And so now if I don't recognize a number, I let it go to voicemail. But if you leave a message, I would definitely call you back. But if you really want to get in contact with me, you can text me first. Say, hey, look, Cicone, this is so-and-so. I'm going to call you in about 20 minutes, and I'll know who to look for. But you can definitely find out more information about me on my website, ciconeprince.com. That's CICONEPRINCE.com. And you can look for me on all social medias: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. The only thing I'm not doing is Snapchat, because I figure if I get on Snapchat, my daughter's going to get off. Because, you know, in fact, wherever I get on, they get off. Because, like, when I got on Facebook, they got off. So, hey, I'm going to let them have Snapchat. But everything else, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, you can reach me on there. You can find out more information. Connect with me on one of those platforms, and I'll be more than happy to give you more information about the summit. And I really want to see you there, because I know it's going to change your life. I don't just think, I know. And I have seen that day in my head ever since last year. And I'm telling you, it is phenomenal. It's going to be unlike anything else. And I know you hear people say that, but I guarantee you,
true.
If you come with the right mindset, you will leave a better person. So,
absolutely. Cicone Prince, y'all, you can reach out to him if you want information about the summit by going to climbtherightmountain.com. If you want to reach out to him personally, I say go to ciconeprince.com and you can connect with him that way. Cicone, we're going to send you back down to the green room. Please save a brother some shrimp. You know, you ate up all the stuff the last time.
Man, that po' boy was off the chain. So I don't know. You may have to wrap it up pretty quick, because I'm going to fix me another one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna cut this short so I can get down there, because you taller than me and you eat a whole lot more. But that's a whole nother thing. While you're in the green room, somebody else wanted you to put your number. Well, looks like someone's put your number in the chat room. So check it, make sure it's right, so that they can get in contact with you. Or go reach out to my guy at ciconeprince.com. You can catch all his weekly videos. You can see what he's doing as a personal development strategist, and you can just be infotained. That's what I say, because he not only entertains you, he informs you, and he introduces you to yourself. Thank you, my brother. Yes. I appreciate you. Love you. Thank you. Not a damn thing you can do about it. All right?
What it is, I can love you back.
Oh, there you go. See, that's why you never put two speakers on the stage at the same time.
Not at the same time.
Much love to you, brother, and we will see you on October 20th. Hang out in the green room, but don't hang up, okay?
All right.
All right. That's Cicone Prince, and you can reach him and see him live and in person at the Are You Climbing the Right Mountain Summit, which is happening on October 20th. October 20th in Pensacola, beautiful Pensacola, Florida. Don't believe what the news is saying. Michael is not going to stop the show. Michael can come and sit in the audience if he wants to learn how to climb the right mountain, but he can't stop us from getting this information to you. So simply go to climbtherightmountain.com and recognize you watch this show because you've been on the wrong mountain and you've been climbing and you've been falling and you may have gotten back up and started climbing again because in your mind you just thought this got to be the right mountain. Oh, this mountain is paying me thousands and six-figure incomes. It's got to be the right mountain. Oh, this mountain, she looks good, she smells good, she tells me what I need to hear about myself. It's got to be the right mountain. Oh, this is the dream house that I've always wanted, even though my credit is busted and disgusted trying to get it because you thought it was the right mountain. But the saddest thing in life to do is to climb that mountain thinking it was the right mountain, only to get to the top and look around and see that everything at the top of that mountain is wrong. Stop climbing the wrong mountain. Come to the conference, the summit on October 20th, and let's help you get the tools, the techniques, and the strategies and the accountability that you need to end 2018 and start 2019 on your journey to climbing the right mountain. You have the ability to not be stopped if you're pointed in the right direction towards your mountain. So that's our time. Thank you guys for joining us on the Unstoppable Story Show, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. And until we meet again, wherever you are in the world today, you know what I say, don't just make it a great day, make it an unstoppable day. We'll see you next week.